All right, let's talk about something that gets all of us. You know that feeling? You've got a great idea, something you're excited about, but you're just terrified to actually do anything? Well, today we're going to untangle that feeling. We're going to find the line between fear and actual risk so you can finally get moving without gambling your life away.
So let's just start with this one big question. What if that fear, that voice in your head screaming, "Stop, danger ahead," what if it's just lying to you? Because, spoiler alert, it probably is. So let's get into it. We're going to figure out exactly how our brains pull this trick on us, and, way more importantly, what you can actually do about it. We've all been here, right? You're about to start a new project, maybe a side hustle, or, even just send a really big email, and bam, you're frozen. It feels like there's this huge, invisible monster in the room. And this is the fundamental mistake our brains make, over and over again. We think we're scared because the idea itself is super risky, but that's not it. The reality is, we're scared because we just don't know for sure how it's all going to turn out. It's the not knowing that paralyzes us, not the actual danger. I mean, think about what these fears really are. When you get right down to it, they're not about losing your life savings. They're about the possibility of embarrassment, the fear of rejection, of maybe wasting a few weekends, or, and this is a big one, of people seeing you fail. These are huge emotional threats for sure, but are they really life-destroying risks?
So why? Why does our brain always hit the panic button like this? Well, it's pretty simple actually. It's because our brains are basically running on ancient software. And that old programming, it has some serious glitches in the modern world.
And this is the heart of the whole problem. See, for our caveman ancestors, an unknown sound in the dark could absolutely be a tiger. So treating anything uncertain as dangerous, that was a brilliant way to stay alive. But today, that exact same instinct goes off when we think about an uncertain business pitch. It's a complete overreaction.
And you can see the difference so clearly here. Look on the left. Fear is this vague, emotional fog. It's that general feeling of dread that just stops you in your tracks. But look at the right. Risk. Risk is specific. It's rational. It's not "I'm gonna fail," it's "I could lose $50. And because it's specific, risk is something you can actually do something about.
So let's get our definitions straight. Fear is just an emotional response. That's it. It's a feeling, not a fact. It's just your brain's alarm system freaking out because it can't perfectly predict the future. Risk, though, is totally different. It's real. It's concrete. It's the chance of a measurable loss, something you can literally put a number on, in dollars, in hours, whatever. And that's the magic right there. If you can measure it, you can manage it.
Okay, so this all sounds good, but how do we actually use this stuff? Well, there's this incredibly simple little tool you can use. It's a 2-question test to pull you out of that emotional fog and into the real world.
Okay, question number 1. You ask yourself, what am I afraid is going to happen? Now really listen to the answers that come up. I bet they're going to be pretty vague and dramatic, right? Stuff like, I'll be a total laughingstock, or this will be a complete and utter failure.
And now for the knockout punch, the second question. You ask, okay, but what could I realistically lose? This is the question that forces your brain to stop being a drama queen and start being an accountant. And the answers sound totally different. I could lose the $100 I spent on the domain name. I might lose, 10 hours of my free time over the next month. See the difference?
And here is the whole point. If you can clearly name the worst-case scenario, and you know deep down that you'd survive it, then what you're facing isn't some catastrophic risk. It's just discomfort. And realizing that, well, that changes everything.
This isn't just some pop psychology trick. This is literally how pros in the highest stakes fields operate every single day. They don't get rid of fear. They just build safety systems around it.
Think about it. Pilots, surgeons, pro investors, none of them ever have 100% certainty. It's impossible. So instead of waiting around to feel confident, they focus like a laser on one thing, managing the downside. They ask, what's the worst that could happen and how do we make sure it doesn't, or that we can walk away if it does?
And you can do the exact same thing. You can build your own safety net. First, limit how much money you put in. Start with $100, not your life savings. Second, limit your time. Give it a few hours a week, not your whole life. Third, limit how many people see it. Tell a few trusted friends, not all of social media. And fourth, limit your commitment. Treat it like a small experiment, not a do-or-die quest.
And when you start putting all this together, it unlocks this whole new way of thinking. This isn't about being reckless and just jumping in.
It's about taking smart, small, and most importantly, safe steps forward. This really lays it all out. Look at the bar on the left. You've got high fear and you haven't managed the risk. You're paralyzed, stuck. Now look at the middle. Low fear, but you still haven't managed the risk? That's not bravery, that's just being reckless. But the sweet spot, the one on the right that leads to progress, that's where you've lowered the emotional fear because you've actively managed the real, measurable risk.
And it's really important to get this. This whole way of thinking isn't designed to make you feel totally comfortable. You might still feel a little nervous, and that's okay. The goal here isn't comfort, it's control. It's about making sure that even if things don't work out, you fail safely and you actually learn something valuable from it.
This totally reframes what we think of as courage, doesn't it? Real courage isn't about just closing your eyes and jumping. It's about being the person who meticulously packs their parachute, who checks the wind conditions, who picks a safe place to land. It's the intelligent management of risk.
So look, if you only remember one thing from all this, make it this. Your fear is just a feeling, but your risk is just a number.
And that really only leaves one question left to ask yourself. That big idea that's been scaring you. What's your number?